it's Angelo, and I just wanted to check in, say hi. I ran earlier today and then went in the basement and worked out a little bit. And when I say worked out, I threw the lacrosse ball around and just tried to test myself and to see if I could function after really pushing it. Um, and so I feel good. Was a little dehydrated after running. Didn't really drink enough water. Kind of did it out of the whim, on a whim, I should say, and just out of the blue, decided to push myself. If you want to see me push myself more and see the progress that comes with that, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to let you know the next time that I upload a video, and like the videos, hit thumbs up and leave comments down below, all that fun stuff. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see, what you want to see less of, what do you want to see more of. And yeah, really just wanted to share how I felt today in comparison to how my day was. Today was pretty good. Um, so I'm going to talk about how I felt during my run instead. My computer actually didn't have enough storage, so I am filming this a little bit late. It's 11:34. Went on a run, and I had I would call it a mildly large goal. I told myself that in about an hour I'll come back and I will have ran 6 miles. So 10-minute mile pace. That isn't anything crazy, but it's been a long time since I ran in that capacity. So it was a little bit different. It was a little weird, and there was a lot of mental challenges because you want to quit so bad. You do. You want to quit. You want to stop. You want to quit. You want to stop. It's like your brain is telling you you're telling yourself let's go, and at the same time your brain is telling you no, I'm good. No, thank you. I'm good. Like it's such an odd thing to try to describe, but it happens. You get that block. But the important thing is you don't listen to it and instead you keep going because reality is that you're not going to have really any grit or strength if you don't dig deep and just tell yourself like, hey, this is going to happen. Sometimes you just have to do a manual override. It feels like your body wants to quit and you're telling yourself that you want to quit, but you just have to tell yourself that you're not going to quit. And that was the biggest thing for me, was telling myself I'm not quitting and giving myself this mantra almost of underst- where where I'm understanding my cardio fitness of like there's always the fitness test of if you can talk while you're exercising, that one. And so I kept on going by this rule of if you can talk, which I'm talking to myself when I say this, you know, then you don't get to walk. So I was pushing myself to not stop, slow down, and start walking. But if I was starting to feel off pace, jog a little bit. Did take a couple of breaks to walk, unfortunately. Just couldn't get the leg drive to go. And I was kind of surprised at that because usually when I'm running on whether it's a treadmill or some sort of like walking pad or even like when I do the stair, like if I excuse me, sheesh, if I do like a stairmaster thing or any sort of step involved cardio, I feel like I can break that barrier and I don't quit. This is really one of the first times that I couldn't do it. My feet felt like they were cement. I was trying so hard with the leg drive to get my knee up, and I was fighting for my life basically. And, I did do it at the end of the day, and I'm proud of myself. But at the same time, I know I completed, X amount. So that means that I have to push myself even further the next time, right? So really the goal here is to try to find where I guess my baseline is, push myself past my baseline and create a new baseline. And then from there you just continuously get better, get better, get better. And I think that that's really just a great way to think about it. And so I'm trying to do that and also just, live my life and do all of this like video creation and content creation and apply to jobs and, all of that fun stuff. So, trying to find the new threshold for what I can handle. And it's, it's a challenge in its own right, but not the challenge that I expected. I expected it to be something a little bit more daunting. But now that I've gotten some of the hard stuff out of the way, I think that I'm going to be all right. And that's important because, you don't always feel that way. So I'm excited for all of this stuff that's going on. I'm excited to keep pushing myself and get better because the more physically fit you are, easier it becomes, especially when you, like me, like I always think about the, you have your games from the start all the way, or I should say from the start all the way to the end. I take this top down approach of, you know, how do you feel quarter one? How do you feel quarter two? How do you feel quarter three? How do you feel quarter four when you're playing defense and there's 2 minutes left in the game, or how do you feel when you get that turnover, you got to run all the way down the other end of the field, and stay on and play offense. Do you trust yourself and your abilities? Will your teammates trust you and your abilities at the state that you're at? So I'm trying to just understand that. So with that being said, if you are going through any difficulties, keep pushing. Tunnel vision. Do not quit. Do not listen to the people on the outside. Keep pushing. Be great. Aim for greatness. You got this. And me, I'm still going through some of my battles, so I refuse to quit on myself, but I also refuse to quit on you. And I hope that you refuse to quit on yourself and you refuse to quit on me so we can hold each other accountable. If that sounds good to you, I look forward to talking to you all very soon and hope you guys have a very great and happy day.